My grandfather and great-grandfather started Junction Auto in 1931.
If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to pay less, that's my business.
And I thought we could easily get to 100,000 residents, and that was going to really benefit not only the Geauga County people, but the Amish specifically, because I thought we would be able to get some type of assistance for them for specifically, the buggy lanes and making sure they had their own way into the community and out of it. And I thought that was, geez, if we get to 100,000, it puts us in a different plateau. It now allows us to step forward and actually, be part of a community that surrounds us, that everybody's at 100,000. Why shouldn't we be at 100,000? So when these numbers came out at 93,389, I was kind of disappointed at that. And I've been researching the data that they provided me, and quite honestly, John, I'm kind of disappointed with the statistics, because when I look at these numbers, and I'll be glad that you could take this with you, vacant homes in Geauga County, they got us as 2,310 vacant homes. Vacant. So when you tell me that I've got 414, as an example, 414 homes in Bainbridge that are vacant, I sort of scratched my head and said, that's impossible. That's 120 vacant homes in Munson Township? Impossible. So I have no statistics that would prove or disprove the fact that there's 400 vacant homes, only from the standpoint as I live in Munson, and I know there's not 120 vacant homes there. Now, there might be one or two. There might be one in my neighborhood. There might be one in your neighborhood, but there's surely not that number. I mean, you look at the city of Chardon. They say there's 172 vacant homes there. That's not right. So, I'm challenging the number. In
the situation where, you challenge the results, how does that process work?
Well, that's an extensive process. It's over 3 or 4 inches worth of paperwork that I have to create, because I've got to go back and look at how many homes we created. Now, here's the statistics. We had over 3,285 homes created in Geauga County since 2001 to 2010. If you took two people per household, that's almost 6,400 people. Right. So you add that to the 90,000 that we had, that puts us at 96 or 95, 97,000 residents. So I think these numbers are skewed. I think they're just a little bit off. I think a little fine-tuning on the vacant numbers will definitely prove that we're closer to 100,000 than we are at 90,000.
Even with that, the county's population still grew from, I think, 90,895 with the 2000 census to 93,389, with last year's.
Sure.
So obviously the county's growing.
County is growing. That's a great thing. I just think the county's grown more than we're being credited for. And like I said before, it's vitally important that we get the right number, because for us to live with the 93,000, and if 389 is the right number and they can prove that to me, I'll live with it. But this is 10 years now. I have to live with that number, and I know it's wrong.
Right.
It's going to not sit right with me for 10 years. I'll be grinding on me for the next 10 years as a resident of the county, or whether I'm still the auditor. Hopefully that's the truth. But in reality, if that's the number, and we have to wait 10 years before another star aligns for us to have another census, that's going to be painful. I think we are a victim of the economy, no doubt about it. And I think that it's one of the things I'm going to be talking about in my State of the Economy next week to the commissioners, is saying that we are a victim of the type of economy we have today, but we're nowhere near 310 homes that vacant in our community. Nowhere near that.
Right. Casinos, obviously now in Ohio.
Yeah.
And I assume that, again, those numbers potentially impact how much money the county would receive from those types of things.
Good point, John, because I used to be able to spout that number off. I just know that Lake County, which has 200,000 people, and compared to Geauga County, they're going to get $1 million more in casino monies than we would ever get, because we're at 90,000 and not at the 100,000 plateau. Had we been at the 100,000 plateau, we very well could have got an extra $250,000, and I don't remember the exact number, but say it's $250,000 that we could have got by getting to the 100,000 plateau. Right. And that would have been for 10 years. That's a significant amount of money on the table. Imagine what the commissioners and the county can do with an additional $250,000 added on to whatever we're going to get from the state.
Right.
So now we're not going to get that. So we're going to get a reduction of the number. And that just doesn't sit right with me, because I think the numbers are what the numbers are. But I challenge your vacant number. I'm ready to fight them. I'm livid over these numbers. I think I don't have much on the population number of whether or not that's right or indifferent or how they calculated it, but I am concerned about their vacant home numbers, because that's a significant number.